Hey everyone, welcome back to RPG America. My name is Andrew, and today we're going to be going over my quick response kit slash day kit slash throw this to a buddy in case something happens kit. So let's just go ahead and get straight into the rifle, then we'll move on to the chest rig and the smaller. So for this rifle setup, it's very similar actually to the last rifle setup. You'll notice that it has the exact same optics setup with the 6R Tango 1 to 10 and a cheap CV Life red dot. Yeah, so main changes are actually, I'm going to start from the top of the rifle so that we can get the changes out of the way. So at the very top, we have, actually, let me check my notes, but I can tell you about the rail while I go and get those. So the rail is actually a 15-inch Foxtrot mic rail. Works very, very well. Because the reason I went with this one rather is because it's a thinner profile than the last rail that I had, and it has Picatinny all the way down the rail. Alright, let me pull up my notes here. The flash hider is a 4-prong by CAC, just a 4-prong flash hider. Streamlight ProTac rail mount 1 with the included mount that comes with the Streamlights, as well as the included tape switch and just the cheap Amazon mount that's like 20 bucks or something like that. I mounted it on top for this one. Another difference is for this build, I went with Bravo Systems grips because they have a lot better grip texture, especially these front grips are really good. I know some people like to run them to where the angle is going the other way. I just have it running like this for now, but if I'm ever at the range and I have an issue with that, I'll just flip the foregrip around. This I also have on another build, which will be coming up in another video in a couple weeks. Yeah, and dust cover is actually just a, I believe, Bear Creek Arsenal or something like that. Or Timber Creek, pardon me, Timber Creek dust cover. Just one in blue because I thought it looked really cool. And of course, the sling setup is exactly the same as before, just Magpul quick disconnects with a Onward Research sling. I recently switched over to the black Flecktarn, whatever they call this pattern. I was using the OG sling, and I might switch back to that anyways, but with the way I'm running this right now, this makes more sense, especially at nighttime, to have something darker like this. So in the future, I may actually switch the stuff that I have on here that's this bright blue color, it might get switched out for black. Make this even more low profile than it already is. All right, and just to very briefly talk about the optics setup, I'm going to put up an image right now that is going to show you the different yards and whatnot for each of the MOA markings on the 6R Tango scope for the 1 to 10. So yeah, let's put that up right now. Okay, and also the red dot is just a basic 2 MOA dot. That's all that it is. And they're both set with the bore right now at 100 yards is where they're bore sighted. I'll be taking this to the range very soon and getting it sighted in fully. The trigger is the same as the previous build, the Rise Armament RA140. Same stock Magpul CTR stock, as well as the same. This is a Toolcraft nickel boron bolt carrier group, which I'm not going to send that forward right now, but that's what's in there. And again, just shooting with M855 ammo, easy peasy, because I want both of these rifles to have the same exact effect on target, as well as the same way to aim and whatnot for holdovers. Makes life much easier when you have two of the same thing. And I believe that is everything on, or pardon me, B5 Systems. I said Bravo. B5 Systems. Bravo must be the name of the stock itself. Yeah. Okay, but yeah. That is everything on the rifle itself. We got through that in less than 5 minutes. So now, and of course, extended charging handle latch as well. So let's move on to the rig setup. Alright, so moving on to the rig setup, it is actually exactly the same as the previous video, so I'll link that down below, of course. We have 2 FN509 mags, 2 chem lights, tourniquet in this pouch, as well as matches, then a whole bunch of gauze and athletic tape in here, as well as a pack of athletic tape inside of this pouch down here. 8 mags, all loaded with M855. Easy to use, that's what I prefer. Alright, now is where some of the differences start. We're going to go into the pack system. Be jealous of this patch, it's awesome. Which, if I actually have to run this at nighttime, sadly that'll have to come off of there, but it is what it is. So, this is set up quite differently from my Savior equipment packs. Let's get into this topmost pouch right here, which actually has, so that's a 5-pack of AAA batteries for my headset, or ears, 2032. Specifically, this is for the scope. The red dot, I don't worry about running dry. The scope, I do. Then a battery for the light that I'm running, for the stream light. And that is everything for batteries. I'm just going to go ahead and actually throw those back in there so that I don't forget about them. Next, pouch, which is going to be this one. There are just 1 tourniquet. I thought I had 2 in here, but yes, tourniquet in here. Again, easy access, ready to go, which is what you want for stuff like that. Quick access is always preferable. Next, pouch, which is also sort of on the outside right here. And this is just a cheap, like, $40 pack that you can get on Amazon. Had good reviews, so went with it. Am I expecting it to be as good as like a 511 Tactical? No, of course not. Trauma pack, again brand new. I have 2 tourniquets in here, which are a pain to put back. They're not a pain to get out of there. A whole bunch of gauze and whatnot in here, as well as athletic tape, yet again in this pouch that is right up against me. Then I also have chest seals right there, ready to go. They didn't come in a Ziploc bag, unfortunately, but it's all good because that means it'll be easier to grab those if I need to use them. No Leatherman in this one. I might get one, might not. Can always just switch it over from a different pack whenever I decide to use this thing, so that's not really as much of a problem or something I have to worry about. It's not a must-have for this use case. That's the outside pack, so that's like basically boo-boo kit stuff, right? But there's one thing that's not in there that I may transfer over there, so let's get into now the main part of this pack. Alright, so first thing, one of the first things is, and it's got super cold where I'm at because we just had a big old freeze down here in the south. Those of you that are nearby know what I'm talking about, but just a big old pack of gun lube ready to go because you want to maintain your weapon. That is what I've also added to my other packs that I may not have discussed in previous rundowns. Poncho. Now right here, just a complete thing of 100 different sized band-aids just ready to go. Another thing that's also, this is actually closer to the top than those things are, is Ear Pro. Again, ready to go. Just have it ready to go. Last thing that's not ammo related, which is also in the other 2 packs, is a Right in the Rain. Have that ready to go. Never know when you might need it. And I have in here 15 boxes of the M855. I prefer the PMC over the Winchester because the Winchester, I've heard, has a higher amount of misfires than the PMCs do, which is obviously less than ideal. I've heard their quality control recently has gotten better, but if it's ammo from years ago, which, let's be honest, a lot of times it is, depending on where you go. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. Get this sort of stuff. And I believe that is, yeah, that is pretty much everything. So this is a super, essentially bare bones kit meant to be like grab it and go and get done whatever needs to get done. It's not meant to, I am missing something. I know what I'm missing. There is actually a water filtration kit in here. somewhere. Yes, I knew I was missing that. So I do still have one. There's that part of it and whatnot. I'm not going to get the whole thing out because I've shown these off a ton of times, but again, it'll filter 100,000 gallons or so they say. So yeah, have that in there. Not necessarily something I would prefer to use with this, but I mean, if I'm out for a day and I absolutely have to have water, then better to have it, not need it, not have it, that sort of thing. And yeah, now that's everything to the pack. I knew I was forgetting something. So that'll do it. This is a super short video, which is what I prefer. But yeah, that'll be everything. So any questions, drop them in the comments, ask away. I'm just a dude that loves guns. I sort of know what I'm doing. Definitely don't with some stuff. So yeah, ask away, criticize, all that sort of stuff. And you can hear my niece and nephew having a lot of fun. So yeah, take care, everyone.